welcome back. Today we're looking at the collector's edition massive fucking box from Fairyloot. This is the Blood and Honey follow-up to the Serpent and Dove regular Fairyloot box that I got however many months ago. I think it may have been last year. Time has flown. This box was a nightmare to get hold of. The site kept crashing because there was only a certain number of them available and you needed like a special code to like get in. So when I was trying to buy it and like reloading the page, I accidentally bought it 3 times and I had to get a refund. That was 100% my fault. What wasn't my fault was Fairyloot's website getting hacked and me then having to change my debit card because they won't let you pay with PayPal, so my card information potentially got leaked. And then they sent me an email on the 18th letting me know my box had shipped, but then when I queried that a week later, they were like, oh no, we didn't actually mean your box had shipped. We just meant that we talked to Hermes about shipping your box. It'll be shipped on the 29th. So in terms of communication, sorry for my like super frizzy hair, I've just like panically blow dried it. Professional. In terms of like communication and actually like getting hold of this box, it was a nightmare and I don't ever want to order from Fairyloot again. But I am kind of excited because it's a big boy. And this is meant to have like more premium items in it. But it's more expensive than a regular Fairyloot box. It was nearly £50 with delivery included. I think it was like £47 something. So I almost didn't get it, but then I thought, I'm very seldom eligible for these kinds of things. I might as well enjoy it. Having said that, the actual book from this and possibly some of the stuff as well is going to go up on eBay because I feel like it's all going to be themed around this book series. And I'm not like a fan of it. Like, it was a good book. It's just I don't need to redecorate my room like it. But I did just want to show you guys, if you were considering getting the follow-up box to any other Fairyloot boxes you might be getting, that this is the kind of stuff that you might get. So there's a lot in here. Okay, it's quite heavy. So inside we have the art for Blood and Honey. I realise my camera flips things, but this is the best quality camera I have. This just lets you know about the stuff that's in it, so I'm not going to read that yet. We have a very shrink wrapped item which looks kind of like fleece, so I guess maybe a blanket or a jumper. I'll open that later because I feel like that's going to be pretty intensive. We have this little envelope. We have a Blood and Honey tarot deck of the major arcana. That's probably going to go on eBay, so if you like the look of any of this stuff, make sure you check out my eBay page. I'll post links on Twitter as well. So there's the Blood and Honey Major Arcana Tarot deck. We have a jar candle, which is La Forêt des Yeux. It means the Forest of Eyes, I'm fairly certain, but my pronunciation of French is piss poor, as we learned from my actual Blood and Honey review. But it says it's wild patchouli, distressed leather and fruit scented. And it's by Bookish Burns in collaboration with Fairyloot. It has a wood wick. And it smells like kind of sweet and creamy, but then with like an overlay of cologne, which is like a really nice smell. So I'm loving that. It kind of reminds me of the patchouli and black tea candle from Old Church Candles, I think. That's like really nice. And then we have the actual book. A strange tin. Honestly, looks like it would have been cremated. And a card print of events from that book. So these are some of the characters from Blood and Honey. I guess that the two in the middle are the main characters, and then we have main character's best friend, whoever this guy is. I feel like that might be the prince. I'm being blinded. That's semi-better. We'll just leave it at that. So there's the print that we get. I am going to look at these items in more detail now that I've got them out of the massive box. Honestly, I thought there'd be slightly more stuff, but there we go. So here we have the contents of this little envelope, which is 2 enamel pins, which are quite heavy. They have 4 backs between the 2 of them, and they do appear to like slot together here slightly, so they kind of mirror each other, which is a really cool design. The top one has a bird and it says, "Love makes fools of us all, my darling," because it's a white bird. I guess that is a dove. And the bottom is a sword wrapped with a snake, and it says, "The world needs a wit less hate and a trifle more love." The enamel pins were designed by Jez Hawk, at Jez Hawk on Instagram. And they are very cute and very cool. I do like the effort gone into them. They might be a bit too big to wear like simultaneously, but I do like them as like a pair. Oh. See, this tin appears to be just an empty tin. It is quite cute. Inside it has like a second lid. So whatever you put in there, I guess like loose leaf tea would stay super fresh. And on the front it said, "Blood is easily given, tears and pain that causes them are not." Just another quote from the book. I really like the tin. It looks like it would make for great tea storage. There's like a nice repeating pattern all the way around of like a ring and some swords and like phases of the moon around the top of the lid. Kind of hard to see because it's quite shiny. But that's really cute. I really like that. It's also a functional, like useful item, so I'm in love. Let's have a look. I am going to open the tarot deck so that I can show you guys. Because it's only major arcana, I don't think I'd be able to like functionally use it. Also, I already have like tarot and oracle cards coming out, but wow. But here we go. It is quite a large card size, which is good. Just trying to open this box without breaking it. There we go. Ooh, they have quite nice snazzy gold edges. And they're a good like card thickness. They're actually like cards instead of those sort of weird papery ones I got in that tarot kit like last Christmas. Do you remember that? And then here we have some of the artwork on them. So here we have the Fool and Magician. So obviously these are all going to be characters from the book. The High Priestess card is really pretty. Love it. Obviously if you were like super into the book series, these would be really cool cards for you. As I said, it was a good book. I did like it. I am going to read the sequel, but not the copy that came with this. But again, it's not like I'm a super fan of the writer or the series, so these will kind of be wasted on me. They are lovely cards, and the quality of them is really great. So let me have a look at the final item in the box, which is the blanket. It's very soft. I like that. Okay, so the other side is just plain, but the front side is definitely patterned all over with a lot of stuff, and it says the name of the author, and then, "What you are now is not what you've always been, nor is it what you always will be. You are a snake." And underneath that, this is unmanageably large. It says, "Shed your skin if it no longer serves you. Transform into something different, something better." And then the outside is just silhouettes of people and a castle. Inserts footage of this spread out because this is difficult. Here is the blanket of which I spoke. I mean, this isn't my room. I had to find someone whose room was neat. But this is how big it is. Pretty darn. And definitely like double bed size. It's got like quite a lot of decorative stuff around the edge. And then this quote here. Really, really soft, nice fleece. And it is quite light and silky, so it was really hard to like shake out into like flatness, but that is the blanket overall. So that's quite a nice, like, large blanket. It's not very thick, but it does feel nice and soft and well made, and obviously is like a one-off for this particular book and this particular box. And then finally the actual edition of the book, which I'll take out here. So it comes with an exclusive bonus chapter in like a separate booklet, and then this edition matches the original Serpent and Dove in terms of style. I think the original was like kind of goldish yellow, but this one is red because of the blood theme. It has black glitter sprayed edges, and it is signed in the inside cover. And again, this book is $18.99 US dollars, so I guess that's where part of the value of the box is coming from. Like I said, I got this mainly out of curiosity because I wanted to see how it was different, and also because I'd reviewed the first box and it kind of made sense to me to show you guys this one because that first video was quite popular. I'm not, if not a slave to popular opinion. So I am quite impressed with the quality of the items, like the blankets, the tin, the tarot cards. These like big items that obviously a lot of time and effort has gone into designing them, picking the quotes, doing the art, that kind of thing. The candle is also a really nice touch. I like that they are bigger, usable, practical items, like things that you will actually put around your house and use, as opposed to just like paper ephemera or other small cheaper items, which obviously this box is quite a lot more expensive than some of the other boxes that I get, so that was pretty much a given. If I had to pick like items that I would want to keep out of all this, it would probably be the ones that aren't specifically as tied to the book. So like the tin has a cool design on it, which I think you could appreciate even if you didn't really care about the actual quote being on there, although it is quite a nice quote. But it is something that you could just have in your house and it wouldn't be as obvious that it was like book themed merch. I also really like the candle. The tarot deck I think is cool, and I definitely would really like it if like I was that into the book characters that I'd want to see them on my divination stuff all the time. So if this was like a box themed around a book that I was like really, really into, then that would be excellent. I kind of wish that it had the minor arcana, although I get that that would be an added expense because that's like another however many cards you have to make. But it would still have been cool, and you wouldn't have to necessarily put in that much effort on the art. It just like pick an item that can be repeated X number of times on the cards to like make the minor arcana. The blanket, also nice touch, quite big, quite soft, nicely printed, like lots of design all over it. So I'm definitely really impressed with the quality of the items and like how much use that you would be able to get out of them. Like I could basically redo my room with this. I could put the print up on the wall, put the blanket on the bed, light that candle, read that book, and it would be a really nice sort of theme all over my room, which is pretty cool. So if you have got like the first box of something and then they announce like a special box coming up, it probably would be worth going for if you really, really enjoyed that first book. I don't think it necessarily makes that much sense to do it if it's just like one in a long line of books that you've read that you thought was good, but not, you know, something you're going to fangirl all over, if you see what I mean. And for me personally, the kind of stumbling blocks to get this box, that rhymes, kind of put me off ever buying even the standard Loot Crate again, because Fairyloot box, not Loot Crate, Sarah. just because all the other boxes I can pay with PayPal, that kind of makes me feel a little bit more secure. You get like accurate shipping because most of them come through Royal Mail, not with the dreaded Hermes. And they haven't lost my card details to cyber terrorists, potentially. Also, getting in touch with Fairyloot is quite difficult. They answer emails only during like business days, and it takes like 2 to 3 business days for them to get back to you, which is frustrating if you're like worried that your card details have been stolen, or if you have like accidentally purchased 3 of their boxes, which I realised was my fault because I kept accidentally reloading the thing. But at the same time, with this code, you're only ever meant to be able to buy 1. So I really don't understand why it let me pay for 3. So there you go. But if you can get around all that, if you're just kind of used to dealing with Fairyloot and the way they do things being different to other boxes, then yeah, I can definitely say that the bigger, more expensive boxes do seem to have like a bigger, more expensive items in them that are worth the extra money and that you would probably enjoy. So if you'd like me to branch out and do some more like book themed boxes, I'd definitely be up for that. Or like if I were to get another Fairyloot box like the regular one, if they do another witch themed one, that would be quite cool as well. So let me know. Don't forget to check out Twitter at Witchfix Podcast, just because that's where I'm going to link stuff that goes up on eBay for sale. It'll probably be already up on there by the time this video goes out on Saturday. So go check that out before other people snap up anything that you might want to get your hands on. And in the meantime, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!